CCSP Exam Questions. Question 1. A cloud security architect needs to explain cloud computing to new stakeholders. Which statement most accurately describes the foundation of cloud computing as defined by industry standards? A. Direct control over the physical location of all computing resources. B. A model enabling convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources. C. A system requiring specialized software installations for resource access. D. A computing paradigm where resources must be pre-allocated for 6-month minimums. Correct answer, B. Explanation. The answer B accurately reflects the industry standard NIST definition of cloud computing. Let's break down why this is the best answer. This definition encapsulates several key elements that make cloud computing unique. Convenient emphasizes the ease of access. On-demand indicates resources are available when needed. Shared pool reflects the multi-tenant nature of cloud computing. Configurable resources shows the flexibility of the service. The other options are incorrect because Option A contradicts the cloud model, where physical location is typically abstracted. Option C goes against the principle of broad network access through standard mechanisms. Option D conflicts with the elasticity principle of cloud computing. Question 2. Which characteristic best describes the concept of measured service in cloud computing? A. Resources are permanently assigned to customers based on their initial contract. B. Service usage must be estimated annually in advance. C. Cloud systems automatically monitor, control, and report resource usage transparently. D. Customers receive unlimited resources for a fixed monthly fee. Correct answer, C. Explanation. Let's explore why C is the correct answer and why this is a crucial concept in cloud computing security. Measured service is one of the essential characteristics of cloud computing that directly impacts security, billing, and operational transparency. In a cloud environment, measured service means that resource usage is tracked with metering capabilities at various abstraction levels, e.g., storage, processing, bandwidth. This measurement serves multiple purposes. 1. For security, it helps detect unusual patterns that might indicate security incidents. 2. For compliance, it provides audit trails of resource usage. 3. For operations, it enables accurate billing and resource optimization. The other options are incorrect because Option A contradicts the dynamic nature of cloud computing. Option B goes against the on-demand nature of cloud services. Option D wouldn't allow for the pay-per-use model that makes cloud computing economically efficient. Question 3. What is the most accurate description of resource pooling in cloud computing? A. Each customer has dedicated physical hardware that cannot be shared. B. Providers' computing resources are shared among multiple consumers using multi-tenant architecture. C. Resources must be manually allocated through service desk tickets. D. Customers have full control over the physical location of their resources. Correct answer, B. Let me provide a detailed explanation of why B is the correct answer and why this concept is fundamental to cloud security. Resource pooling represents one of the most transformative aspects of cloud computing. Think of it like a modern power grid. Instead of each house having its own generator, everyone shares a common power infrastructure that dynamically distributes electricity based on demand. In cloud computing, this same principle applies to computing resources. When we say resources are pooled, this means the provider maintains a large collection of computing resources, processors, memory, storage, networking, that are shared among multiple customers through multi-tenant architecture. This is accomplished through sophisticated virtualization and abstraction layers that ensure secure separation between different customers' environments while maximizing resource utilization. The other options are incorrect because Option A describes traditional dedicated hosting, not cloud computing. Option C describes an outdated manual provisioning model. Option D contradicts the cloud model's location independence principle. Question 4. A company is evaluating cloud services and needs to understand the concept of broad network access. Which statement best describes this characteristic? A. Resources are only accessible through specialized proprietary protocols. B. Access is restricted to specific physical locations for security. C. Capabilities are available over the network and accessed through standard mechanisms. D. Users must use dedicated leased lines for all connections. Correct answer: C. Let me explain why C is the correct answer by relating it to something we use every day: the Internet itself. Just as you can access websites from any device with a web browser using standard protocols like HTTPS, cloud services are designed to be accessible through standard mechanisms and protocols. Broad network access means that cloud capabilities should be available over the network and accessible through standard mechanisms, like web browsers, mobile apps, or programmatic APIs. This standardization is crucial because it enables true ubiquitous access while maintaining security. Think of how you can check your email from your phone, laptop, or tablet. Cloud services should work the same way. The other options represent common misconceptions. Option A would limit accessibility and go against cloud principles of standardization. Option B would defeat the purpose of cloud's anywhere access model. Option D suggests a return to pre-cloud connectivity models, which required expensive, dedicated connections. Question 5. Which description most accurately defines rapid elasticity in cloud computing? A. Resources can be quickly scaled up and down automatically based on demand. B. Changes to capacity require a 30-day advance notice. C. Systems maintain a fixed capacity throughout the contract period. D. Resource scaling is limited to once per quarter. Correct answer: A. Let me explain why A is the correct answer by using a real-world analogy. Think of rapid elasticity like a modern power grid during a major sporting event. When millions of people turn on their TVs to watch the game, the power grid automatically adjusts to meet the increased demand. When the game ends and people turn off their TVs, the grid scales back down. No one has to call the power company to request more power. It happens automatically. In cloud computing, rapid elasticity works similarly. When a company's e-commerce website experiences a surge in Black Friday traffic, cloud resources automatically scale up to handle the increased load. When the rush subsides, these resources scale back down to normal levels. This automation is crucial because it 1. Eliminates the delay of manual intervention. 2. ensures resources match actual demand in real time. 3. Optimizes costs by avoiding over-provisioning. 4. Maintains performance during usage spikes. The other options represent traditional IT approaches that cloud computing specifically aims to improve upon. Option B's 30-day notice would make it impossible to respond to sudden changes. Option C's fixed capacity would result in either waste or shortages. Option D's quarterly scaling would be too infrequent for most business needs. Question 6. Which statement best describes the economic impact of cloud computing's on-demand self-service characteristic? A. Organizations must commit to fixed resource levels annually. B. Users need IT staff to provision any new resources. C. Resources can be provisioned without requiring human interaction from providers. D. Service changes require signed contracts for each modification. Correct answer, C. Let me explain why C is the correct answer by connecting it to a modern-day experience we're all familiar with. Streaming services. When you want to watch a movie on Netflix, you don't need to call a Netflix employee to start the stream. You simply press play, and the service is instantly available. This is the essence of on-demand self-service in cloud computing. In the traditional IT world, if a development team needed a new server, they would 1. Submit a request to IT. 2. Wait for approval. 3. Wait for procurement. 4. Wait for setup and configuration. This process could take weeks or months. With cloud computing's on-demand self-service, users can provision resources immediately. No human interaction is required from the provider. Resources are available within minutes. Changes can be made anytime they're needed. This creates a fundamental shift in how organizations operate and manage their resources. It's like having a self-service utility. Just as you don't call the power company to turn on your lights, you don't need to call your cloud provider to spin up a new server. The other options are incorrect because they describe traditional IT service models. Option A represents old-style capacity planning. Option B describes the traditional IT bottleneck. Option D reflects outdated contract-based resource management.